Hey there, Regina Anley here, and it is time for the AI Spotlight. This week, our theme is conversations that count. And it's all about having meaningful conversations with your prospects, your clients, with all of the people who you're bringing into your world so that you create the relationships that you want, whether it's client relationships, collaborative relationships, joint partnerships, whatever it is that you're trying to create. It's all about the conversations. And so today for the AI Spotlight, what I wanted to bring up was about those online meetings because we meet with potential clients, we meet with collaborators, we meet with those JV partners, we meet with people, we have those coffee chats and all those things to get to know people, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't anymore, but I used to be that one that was writing down all of the notes as I'm talking to somebody. Well, here's the thing. When you're sitting there writing down notes, you are not fully present listening to the person who is talking. So even if they're talking and you're going, and you're writing down something, while you're writing it down, you're missing something because your brain is just doing too many things. It's trying to write the stuff down or remember what it's writing down. They're still talking and you're missing something in the translation. This is where AI comes in because we have AI tools all over the place now to help you record meetings and to summarize those meetings. So today, I actually want to bring up the Zoom AI Companion. Now, I don't use it all the time, but I use it here and there. And I'm actually going to bring up a couple other ones as well. But as far as Zoom is concerned, if you use Zoom and you use Zoom Workplace, if you're a Zoom user and you subscribe to Zoom, you use the Workplace, you have this thing called the AI Companion. Now, this is my calendar. So you see my calendar here. And then over here, Team Chat is every time I have a meeting, a team chat is created. Now, I have a couple up here because I have tons of meetings here. And so I had a meeting with one of my clients and colleagues, Dee, last night. And I'm actually going to go back to a meeting I had with her on Monday because we do an accountability meeting every week. And if you look at this, this is the AI Companion is turned on and it will give me a full summary of the meeting. So it gives the quick recap of everything that went on. As you can see, click to edit. So if I need to edit something, I can. And it was listening to see what are the next steps. So what Dee was working on, because we're accountability partners, right? And so what I'm doing, what she's doing, and then it gives a full summary of everything that we talked about in each little bucket that we talked about it. These are extremely cool for getting that summary and making sure you didn't miss anything. Now, part 2 for Zoom is, say you are having a Zoom meeting and you go and you record that meeting. Now, I have tons of meetings that I have recorded here. I'm going to open up one of my meetings. When you record your meeting, you will see that it creates a transcript. Now, this transcript is in what's called a .vtt format. All you need to do is say download it. I already have this one downloaded, but see how it says VTT? I'm not sure if you can see that, but it has the name. It says VTT. All you have to do is backspace the VTT and put TXT for text. It will come up with a little message saying, actually mine doesn't anymore because I told it not to, but it might come up with a little message saying, do you really want to rename this? It might break the integrity of the file. It will not. A VTT and a text file are the same, but here's the reason why I'm telling you to create a text file. Notebook LM, my other favorite AI tool over here. I took the Zoom transcript, and what you do is you create a new notebook and you upload that transcript. So now when I upload that transcript, and I have absolutely no idea where I saved it. Look, it saved it right here. So we're going to add that in, and it's going to look at that transcript and give me a little summary here of what it did. And then over here, there's all kinds of things you can do with it. Now, if I say reports, I can create a briefing doc. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So it's creating the doc right now. It's taking what it had in the transcript. Now remember, the transcript, as opposed to the AI summary in Zoom, which literally just gave you a summary of what you talked about, the transcript literally has every single word that was spoken during the meeting. So you're not missing anything. So that I uploaded to Notebook LM. And as it's generating my report here, usually doesn't take this long. It's probably because my computer's a little slow because of all this going on. So I'm going to hit refresh and it's probably going to be done. There it is. Now, this doc, it's the briefing doc from the meeting. It took everything out of that transcript and gave me a full summary, critical takeaways, the stuff that we talked about. We talked about all this stuff. We talked about tools. So it put the tools into a little table. We talked about data architecture. So there was the stuff in there. We talked about all of this information. And then there was some key quotes that we talked about of things that, people said during the meeting. And this is what I use. Now, here's my take on things. It's my personal take. Do what works best for you. Over here in the AI Companion, you can use that summary and take the AI summary from there for what it is. If you aren't recording a meeting, you can still turn on the AI Companion, which means you can still get a summary, but you're not going to have the transcript. Only if you record the meeting will you have the transcript for the meeting. So if you're having a conversation, an important conversation, you want to make sure you're recording, because now you can take that transcript and go over here. So part 1, the version number 1, use the AI Companion summary, have AI Companion turned on, but not recording. And you don't need both. So I'm going to say, or you can not turn on AI Companion. You can have it on if you want, just for a backup. And you record the meeting so that now you have that transcript, and you take that transcript and you bring it into Notebook LM and go back out and say, what I want is a report. I want a briefing doc. Now, maybe you want something else. You can actually create your own report too. So maybe you're working with a nonprofit and you want to do board meeting minutes, and you have a specific format for that. You can actually create your own format for an output for the summary of a recording. And this AI tool, Notebook LM, which is Google's tool and it's free to use, will actually give you that full summary. And then once you have the summary, all you need to do is go in here and you can just click copy it. It copies it to the clipboard. I usually copy it to the clipboard and put it into a Word document. If you're using Google Docs, you can put it into a Google Doc and then send it out to whoever needs to send it out. So here's the thing about the conversations that count. So now, not only are you fully present during the entire meeting because you're listening the entire time, not trying to take notes, you're listening, and then you go and you create this transcript that you now feed in. Now you can follow up the meeting with, hey, so glad I got a chance to chat with you today. Here's a meeting summary for your review. Now, depending on what the meeting was, you might have some takeaways, some action steps, or maybe it's just informational and you want to make sure that they heard the same thing too. Because remember, you're talking to somebody else and maybe they're not paying full attention to what's going on because they're getting distracted either by taking notes or the kids are running around, the dog's barking, whatever it is. This allows you to make sure that everything that you spoke about was crystal clear and you're both on the same page. So if you've ever had one of those conversations where you're like, well, geez, were you in the same conversation I was just in? Because they got a completely different view or you got a completely different view or whatever it was, this is a game changer. AI can help you not only be fully present, but make sure that you have all of the information that you need and they need to make sure that everybody's on the same page and heard the same thing. So give it a try. Zoom is a really cool tool. Any tool that creates a transcript. So for those of you who may not have Zoom, Otter AI, Read AI, Fathom Notes, all of those note takers for when you go into meetings that record whatever meeting it is, those notes, those are transcripts. Take that transcript, put it into Notebook LM, and let it create the summary for you. Now, some of those tools do have their own summary versions, and I actually have Otter AI up here. If I can find my mouse, there it is. So Otter AI will actually give you a meeting summary. Personally, I have found that the Notebook LM summary is way more in depth and way more accurate than some of the other tool apps and their summaries. So play around, see what works best for you, and then use that when you're having those conversations that count so that you can stay fully present. That's what I've got for you this week. We'll see you next time on the AI Spotlight. Bye for now.